back to a special edition of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. We're coming to you from the Wizards practice facility here in Washington, D.C., and our guest today needs no introduction. He was a Gatorade National High School Player of the Year coming out of Chaminade College Preparatory School in St. Louis. After a brief pit stop at the University of Florida, he was a third overall draft pick by the Wizards in 2012. Three-time All-Star and possessor of one of the wettest jumpers in the game. I'm gonna say maybe historically too, because that thing is smooth. We got the real deal Bradley Beal here with us. What's going on?
Appreciate it, fam. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yes,
sir.
It's been 10 years.
It's been 10.
It's been 10 years already.
Like that.
Yes. Goes by fast.
It go by fast. It go by real fast.
So we're just gonna get right to it. We got Prime Beal versus Prime Gil. Y'all had to match up against each other. Who's winning that matchup?
Straight.
Listen, the way he plays, oh my God, that left forearm, I couldn't handle that. I couldn't handle that.
You know
That
what's
was
crazy? I always admired you're between, it's like a step back, but it's like a bump off.
Mm-hmm.
And your quick ass release. It's one of the quickest releases in the game. Like, and then you were strong up top. You're like an up top shooter.
Yeah.
Up top, cash money, and your range. You had more range a little bit than I. You shoot deeper threes. You shot way more deeper threes than I probably ever shot in my career. I'll give you that for sure.
It was all wrist. So I was a wrist shooter. So everything I did, like I used to like playing beans. I used to play in beans, and then
hands.
everything was all wrist because someone taught me, Dave Hopla, shooting coach. Yeah, he taught me when I was younger that you'll lose your legs in the fourth quarter doing all this, so become a wrist shooter, so you didn't have to worry about
all
fatigue.
That work. Yeah. Mom's taught me the
I
other way.
wouldn't want to guard him. I want to guard the point guard. I got 22. I got Morris. I guard him.
Yeah, I feel it.
I play him one-on-one.
So Brad already said what he likes about your game, but obviously you had a courtside seat.
Your game is so smooth, man. Like it's smooth. Like I was looking up, and it was like the way you play. You pass the ball way more than I would have thought about passing that. Like your unselfishness is crazy. Like you trust him way more than I would have. I'm not even going to lie. That last pass to Kuzma, nah.
Not even close.
Like if you look at the when I did the turnaround, Karan wide open. Karan wide open. Nah, I'm not giving you that ball, man. You ain't gonna be the hero here. Like,
it's so crazy because the last 2 years I've had to transition my game to be more of a facilitator, and it's been an adjustment. Like, cause I'm a scorer. I get paid to score. My job is to move the scoreboard. That's what I'm told to do, right? So, it's been a big adjustment for me the last 2 years of just really understanding and learning how to trust your teammates. Like, it go a big way. Trust and believe. I wanted to shoot that ball. I wanted to shoot it, but I'm like, this is just a crazy shot for me to take in the zone. Kuz is wide ass open. I know Kuz, he gonna shoot it. If I'm gonna throw it to anybody, I'm gonna throw it to him because I know he at least gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
But I feel you 100%. We want them shots.
That's what's funny. That's the frustrating part of sometimes when you're used to just attacking and trying to dial it back. Like I remember, it was on purpose. They were saying I was shooting too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to go through it. I know you've went through it before.
I heard this story.
And I was like, oh, I'm shooting too much? Oh, that's what we're doing here? I don't need to shoot no more.
Won't shoot the ball.
I ain't shooting nothing. Let's see how y'all play. You know what I mean? It was one of those.
Yeah.
And just trying to do that was irritating. Just passing, just like, who does this? Who just does this? Like, so I respect, guys who think team first, because I was always taught, like, go do it.
Go do it. Don't wait on nobody.
Yes, do not wait.
Ain't waiting on nobody.
So like watching it last night, I'm like, man, he really trusts these guys. You know what I mean? And they trust you. It's like you can see like towards the fourth quarter, it's like, all right, where you at?
Yeah.
And so it was like it was amazing to watch.
That's dope, man.
So
appreciate that. We're
here at the Wizards practice facility. Gil, you didn't have this.
No.
Coming up, you didn't have this for the early part of your career.
This is new to me too. Like this.
How has this impacted your routine? Because we were at the arena. They had the practice court there. That's where you used to get a lot of your work in. It's a little bit tougher to get it on the court with all the stuff going on pregame, cheerleaders, 20 guys trying to shoot and all that stuff. So,
Actually, it'd be him because he had to go through both. So what is your routine
that's
change?
True. It is totally, this is this makes life so much easier over here, right? Over there is so congested. We had one court. Like you said, we had to share it with the cheerleading team, the women's team, the G, when we had one, we first started one. But this creates a whole new regime of just space, opportunity, and time, right? So you're not rushed and pressed to get your work done, bumping that small-ass weight room we got over there. Like, everything was cluttered. But now, and another thing is free agency, right? Everybody else had a practice facility when I first came into the league, or they were building one or in the process of getting one. And so that was tough, and we lost a lot of guys because they're like, oh, you guys don't have a chef, you don't have a practice facility, you don't have a this, that, and the third. So we like, no, we gotta have these things, and it makes life so much easier, accessible, and it's been light years better than what I had coming into the league. And it's been crazy to see the transition. Like,
now imagine what you had. Imagine what I had.
I couldn't. Because we renovated the first year I got there, like the locker room, the new lockers, floor, the bathroom.
Yeah.
Everything was renovated. So I can only imagine what it was like when you was there.
When I came here, there's no chefs, there's none of that. There's players' lounge, none of that.
Oh my God.
No, we had to create that. Like, I had to tell Mr. Poland, hey, if you want the players to stay here longer, because before everyone just came to the gym, as soon as practice was over, they got out. So I'm like, if you want players to stay here, you need to build them, because your vision is better than what we got at home. Yeah, we had the mansion, but we got 1 or 2 rooms done. You know what I mean? When you're a rookie. So he was like, so we put the players' lounge in, and then I remember going to Cleveland, they had food for us. Like, after the game, I'm like, this is for us?
Yeah.
Bronny gave us this? Man, so that was the first person that gave the opponent food. That wasn't a thing. That was not a thing.
Wow.
Like, Sacramento, every locker room bakers looked like that.
Oh, my God.
So there was no food for the other team. They put us in hockey places, smelled really bad. We only had a trainer, our main trainer, and then an assistant. So everybody's clustered. Everybody's sitting there trying to fight. Yeah, so I was looking at the bench. I was like, who's the coaches? There's like the front rows of coaches, and then the back rows of coaches. I'm like, y'all have 10 coaches? What do they do? What do they do? That sounded so exciting. I had to hire a kid named Garrett out of high school. I had to hire him to be my shooting rebounding coach.
That's crazy.
2005-06, I had a high school kid waking up at 2, 3 in the morning to come rebound.
I remember those videos you say you used to get up in the morning and drive to the gym.
Because we didn't have it. There was no player development.
Were you just calling his crib like, yo, pull up? You got to pull up right now.
Pull up, yeah. I'm like, yo, hey. He was like, well, I got to go to school.
You'll be all right.
He'll come, and then he'll sleep, and then go to school from there. Our player development coach was an ex-player who just hung with the coaches, and then hung with us at the club. He was not training nobody, man.
Yeah, he's still hanging on to the player life.
Grant from Portland.
Yeah.
His dad. Harvey just came in there and just hung out, man. He wasn't developing nobody.
Harvey Grant catching slander on a Saturday.
But that's what's funny. Like, it was like, you guys see, like, players really, like, these guys are really developing, and I'm like, where was this?
like your son.
Yeah.
Right? You didn't have all that in high school. You didn't have all that in college. You didn't have all that when you first got to the league. It's like these kids have that now.
Yes.
And that is so crazy to see now and seeing the transition of these young kids.
Is it easier to get better, though? Or is it more like when you have everything, you take it for granted?
It's easier to get better, but you do reach a limit to where now, at least in my point in my career, it's like, okay, what can I tap into now? So like for me, it's just trying to figure out what is that next level for me to get to. What is that next level of sustainability of high play that I can get to. But I feel like in terms of learning the game is a lot easier now than it was when I first came in. Because the game is transition. It's a guard's game now. When I first came in, we had two bigs.
Yeah.
Throw that joint in there. Nene, Okafor, Gortat, throw it in there. And we playing off of that split action. Like now it's big fella, come set the screen. Come set it again. Like, and it's
that was my offense. Come set the screen. Come set it again. Brittany, you ain't getting that ball. Come on, set it again.
But the game is transition, so I would say it is easier to get better and learn the game. Yeah.
So you mentioned getting to that next level. For you, what do you feel like that next level is for your game? Because I mean, I'm watching you and I feel like shit. You know, what other level can you get to? But
and that's the toughest thing, right? About what separates you from being good and trying to be great, right? Is can you sustain that same level of play, that consistent, dominant play for a long period of time? Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of it. But I think there's other aspects of my game that I still can get better at. Like I need to shoot more threes. I do not shoot enough threes. And I know that, and I keep telling myself that, all right? But shooting deeper threes, that's another thing. Posting up more, using my big body. Like, there's a lot that I can tap into that I haven't necessarily perfected or that I would say I'm really good at. So there's still some levels in there. It's just I got to mentally kind of say F it and just go do it.
What's so funny is the zone, I remember when they put this, because they put the zone in when I came into the league, and they tried to use it, and what we did is everyone just shifted their offense towards the weakest defender. Mm-hmm. So every play we ran was on one side, and we just worked that one side and embarrassed that person, and then they had to go back to man. Like when they came in, they were still trying to do college press.
Yeah,
it was like second unit, that's all they did was pick up full court press.
Oh yeah, no.
It was one of those.
You'll catch them sometime.
Had that one annoying player. You got two of them coming in. But with consistency, the thing I found out is no one respects it. Like a person that is very consistent in his craft, people be like, oh, he's doing what he does.
Right.
He's doing what he does.
Right.
You know what I mean? You sitting here just being. You made the All-Star year, averaging this. Very next year, same thing. They be like, hey, he's doing what he does. Like I'm doing what I'm doing, right?
Right.
And that's the weirdest thing of just about sports and life. It's like the people who are the most consistent really get cheated out of awards because of that consistency.
Yeah, and step further, they make it seem like what we're doing is normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude's going to score 50, 60, 40, averaging 34 a year. That's not normal. That's not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you make it look easy.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
so they're like,
they
look at the box score, oh damn, he had 30 again. He had 30 again. He had 30 again. Not knowing I got to run around 5,000 screens. I'm getting bumped 1 million times in a game, fall 15 times, and then got to do it again in 24 hours. Like, that is tough. And that is not, and you're playing against pros. Everybody's a pro. Yeah. Everybody's here for a reason.
But the people who's judging, it's never been, in their life, they've never even did it. So when they're looking at someone just 30, I'm bored of this. Can we? It's like they want you to have like 10 30s, a 12, so they can talk about the 12 to go back to 30. So like, yeah, there he goes. It's like, wait, that's not
how it works.
That's not how it works.
So you just said everybody's here for a reason. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. You re-up with the Wizards on a 5-year contract this offseason. You even added a no-trade clause to the contract, which I thought was very interesting. So I just want to know, why was it important for you to not run from the grind and stay here with the Wizards and really try to, get this franchise to where you believe it can be?
One, not everybody gives you, I won't say control, but not everybody gives you a voice in the organization. I have a voice here, right? I never had a chance to fully play a year with KP. That enticed me. He's probably the best big I've played with.
Okay.
I like Kuz's ability to be able to spread his wings a little bit more, develop into the player that we think he can be. And then I think I like the young core that we were developing. Like Rui is really good, had an awesome summer. Denny's just going to continue to get better, and then Corey's a knockdown shooter who's a pro's pro. We still need to get better. I'm not sitting there saying, oh, we're going to hold up to Larry. You know, we're going to beat Milwaukee tomorrow. No, but to have the pieces we have enough to know that we can compete on a nightly basis with no BS, right? We know that we got a job. Everybody's able to be a star in their role, and we can go do that. On the flip side of it, the business side of it, there were no teams in the market.
Oh, wow.
Just free agency wise. I'm just being frank, right? There was nowhere else for me to go, right? Where I can, I can go win, right? It was teams that strategically wasn't what I wanted, right? So it just, realistically, I won't say my hand was forced, but this was my best decision, best option on the table at the time. So,
I mean, you say that, we see, Lakers Nation, they photoshopping you in Lakers jerseys.
It's nonstop.
You see all that stuff. Does it make you laugh? Like, what do you think when you see all these teams?
I enjoy it. I embrace it all, because it makes you feel loved and wanted, and appreciated. It means, people see your game and recognize you and what you do. So I love it. I always embrace it. I don't shy away from it. But it makes people worried. I like the fact it keeps people on their toes, though. I like it.
But you do got to remember, like, there's organizations that have players that they don't care what trades are being at. There's like, he ain't going nowhere. Like, I talked to Tommy. I was like, how you feeling about Beal? He ain't going nowhere. I'm saying, whatever he wants. He want the building. He want the team. He ain't going nowhere. We're not losing Beal.
He'll tell me that every day.
We're not losing Beal.
He'll tell me that every single day. I don't give a damn what's going on. I ain't moving you.
But that's, trust me, when you hear that kind of confidence in an organization, exactly. It makes you feel it makes you feel relieved that, your hard work is being noticed, right? Mm-hmm. When, upstairs are saying, listen, I don't care what the hell they talk about, right. You're not going anywhere. Right. That relieves a lot of stress. Yeah. Because when people talk about money, like, listen, once you sign the first bag, everything after that is really meaningless, right? Yeah. It's just being, like, where's the stress-free environment? Right. When you say stress-free, remember, you got the outside world, you got your family, you got your teammates, you got the media. So whoever can condense that and make life, I can just think about basketball. Yep. That's where I want to be.
So when we look at this Wizards team, you guys haven't won a playoff series since 2017. But like you mentioned, you got this roster now. Kuz, you got Porzingis, you got like the young core, a lot of young guys out here doing it. So where does this roster rank for you in terms of just your time here with the Wizards?
Oh, I would say it's similar to my 2017 team.
Okay.
Talent-wise, just in the depth that we have. Like, we got a team full of 3s and 4s. Like, we got a lot of wings, right? We're small at the point guard position, like depth-wise. DeLon's out. But for the most part, like, the ability to have the versatility at wings, like we had that in 2017. So I would say, I feel like that year was probably our best team. This team is like right there with it, competitive-wise. Obviously, we don't have John, but competitive-wise,
I was surprised. Like last night, first half, y'all wasn't switching more because everyone was big, and I'm like, switch. That's an easy switch. Like that was what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, all they're doing is just picking and dipping, switch it. Like, what do we?
Just switch it.
Everyone's the same size. That was my only thing yesterday. I'm like, am I tripping? I had to stand up a little bit. Nah, they're the same size. Switch all that. That's
what helps us. But that's the level that we got to tap into to understand in order for us to be a great team. Defensively, we got to be on key with that. Like, that's automatic. We're the same size. You see my man coming to you, switch it. Like that's automatic. And that's how the game is today. It's the transition of the game. Like, that's on the flip side on offense, that's what teams do to us. And that's kind of where we get stagnant and they force us into bad shots. So that switch is, when it's aggressive and done right, it can be impactful.
Because it's like when you have the big man, was it the unicorn? That's what his nickname was. It's like they want to play him like a big when you don't have to. He still can move. Give him space, let him shoot, challenge late, but switch it because you're letting this guy dip. He's going to hang back like a big man, and then that in-between game, they're going to kill you every single time. Like because that's what I did. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here, do the pick and roll. Oh, you're gonna keep falling back? All right. And then I'm
at the basket.
And then you keep, as soon as you stop, so it puts so much pressure that switch it. Now that guard has to now back up. Now you can scramble again. You know what I mean? So it was just like little things. Like I'm like, oh man, y'all just giving them easy points.
Might need you on staff.
It's about time, bro.
Y'all got like 52 people. I'm like, damn.
53.
Yeah,
Come on,
be
man.
number 53. So, Brad, how would you define success for the Wizards this season?
It's a great question, man. Obviously, everybody wants to make the playoffs. So I would say make the playoffs, but we gotta win a series and move on. Like, I want to make a deep run in the playoffs. I want to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's my goal. Will we do it? It's in question, but obviously put ourselves up in position to make the playoffs. Hopefully have home court, be that type of team, but the East is tough this year. So we got our work cut out every single night. We got to make sure that we locked and we're ready to go because they lacing them and they ready to go in the East. It is tough.
You have to put that rule in, man. Listen, sometimes you gotta. I used to go in the locker room like, listen, I get here at 8 o'clock. If you get in here after me, passing is not really my thing. Like you have to, listen, I put up 1,000 shots, man. I put up 1,000 shots today. If you taking 200, me passing to you in a game is a bad possession for us, all right? So, hey, if y'all want the ball from me, y'all gotta outwork me. And that was my thing. Like, I need to see your work. They're telling me, listen, they're telling me to trust you.
Trust you, but I need to see it.
I need to
have
physically
that same
see.
mentality.
I trust my eyes more than they do.
I gotta
100%.
You wide open in the corner for a reason. You ain't shooting your jumpers, and they know that. And I'm not even going to even waste my time throwing the ball over there, man. But that's how I played. So it's like, yo, Karan, you want the ball? I need to see it. So Karan's like, I'm gonna take the challenge. So Karan coming into the gym because Karan came off the bench. Karan was coming off the bench. He was a sixth man. And and he used to be like, yo, I need the ball coming off the sixth.
Because was L starting? Was L still here?
No, Larry was gone. So Larry left, free agency, which was, I had to tell him the story because he didn't know what happened. So what happened in Golden State when he got hurt, they gave me the position, and then, messed his contract up. So he came to Washington. So he was a free agent, and Mr. Poland said he was doing triple bypass heart surgery, and he was like, whatever we do, sign Larry Hughes back. Sign Larry Hughes back. Went down, and they botched it. Because they thought they can negotiate with Larry. And Larry's like, man, listen, what happened last time, I'm not negotiating. Whoever says the number I want to hear, I'm gone. Cleveland said it, and he bounced, didn't even think. So when Mr. Poland woke up, first thing he asked, did we sign Larry back? And they told him no. And he broke down crying right there. That's all he cared about was signing Larry Hughes back. So it was one of those things where Larry was at the mind, he went to free agency, I'm not negotiating. And they didn't know that, so when I told Larry, Mr. Poland cried, everything. He was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Yeah." He didn't know what happened. So yeah, so when we got Karan, it was on 2005 after we made the playoffs, and then Karan came in. Jarvis Hayes was the what's name. I used to tell him, man, listen, you ain't getting the ball from me if I don't see you working. I don't care what plays they call. Like I know all the alternate plays. I know how to botch the play. I know all that. So
how do you start hooping like that?
So Karan was in this gym all day, every day, trying to get that respect. And then what ended up happening is his game turned over so fast that he was a starter. It was like 2-3 weeks into the season, starting. And then from there, like we just created that monster. And I was telling him, I'm not passing y'all the ball if y'all ain't working. I'm sorry.
That's
if
real,
we in practice, and y'all
real,
just hurry up and go home.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate that.
All right.
My God.
It's one of them times, all right?
Especially if I'm playing 40 minutes a night and I'm still last one of the you what?
Yeah.
I better not see you beelining to the locker room. Getting up out of here.
The media don't understand that. The fans they don't understand that part of the game. Like, you're telling me trust my teammates, but you're not here with me. We don't see what I see. You're not here drunk nights. We sitting there, we got a game. He's smelling like booze that shit around, and you want me to pass it, man? You crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I'm not passing this man the ball at all.
Yeah.
But that's how you get your teammates. Like we expect for some reason that we're gonna get some outside help. I learned that early. Free agent, you can't expect free agents to come to your city because there's too much money staying home. So, us getting this magical trade, that don't happen. That don't happen. Like when you got Russ, stuff like that don't happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when it does, so it's like here, let's build our players to be better. Let's build this guy. Listen, I need you to be an all-star within the next 2 years. Yeah. This is your game plan. Yeah. That's how everyone should be talking. Y'all all want to be max players, then train like max players.
Man, that's what I try to tell them. I'm in the locker room. I got 4 contracts, fellas.
Yeah. They don't.
4. Like, I'm solid. I'm trying to get y'all to get one of these maxes, because we are.
Yeah.
They out here.
Yeah,
they're out here. So, go and get you one, but you don't put in the work. You ain't getting it.
You'll be surprised. People be surprised, man. They'll be surprised that everybody, when they make it, they just, I made it. That's it.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of complacency that come with it.
I made it. Yeah, that's the NBA. And you be like,
3 years lifespan.
Yeah. Yo, listen. We don't got nothing. We don't have nothing to do. This is it. We can sit in here. We have free access all day to the gym. Get in this.
It's only open 24 hours. Man.
24 hours.
No excuse.
But there's a reason there's superstars and all-stars, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
This episode of No Chill is brought to you by The Ridge Wallet. Now that Thanksgiving is over, it's time to get your holiday shopping started, and you can't go wrong with The Ridge Wallet. I mean, seriously, who wouldn't love a Ridge Wallet for the holiday season? It holds up to 12 cards, plus room for cash. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. The wallets have over 50,000, yes, you heard that right, 50,000 5-star reviews. Now that's quality. The durable material means each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. This thing will be guaranteed for your entire life. Now that's a deal that is too good to pass up. In fact, the Ridge team is so confident that you'll like it that they'll let you test drive it for 45 days. You can send it back for a full refund if you don't love it. But let's be real, you're gonna love it, so you're not gonna send it back. It's made with RFID blocking technology that protects you from digital pickpockets. If you or one of your loved ones needs a Ridge wallet, make sure you go to ridge.com/nochill and use code NOCHILL. So I want to talk about you and Jayson Tatum a little bit. Obviously both from St. Louis, both went to the same high school, like his big bro. And now as you talking to guys, you talk about free agents, recruiting, all that kind of good stuff. Y'all ever on the phone with each other just talking about what it would be like to play with each other?
All the time. All the time.
And is he telling you, well, shit, come to Boston?
Both sides. It's like, you want to come up here? Nah, you trying to come down here? What you want? It's nonstop. And it was crazy because we almost had the opportunity to do it with USA last summer for the Olympics. But then I got COVID and couldn't make the team. So that would have been our first time actually playing on the same team. We don't play on the same team in pickup games and none of that. So this has been the first time, but we talk about it all the time. Like, that's my number one. Go get him.
Yeah.
Go get him. I ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Go get him. I'm telling you, Jay Tatum that dude is special, man. I've seen it since he was yay high. And it's amazing to see his journey, man. And from being around Larry when he was little, Abe and all them, and now his own grown man. Like it's so ironic to see, but I couldn't be more proud of anybody, man.
And what do you just like about, seeing his growth and development in this league and him actually now getting into that superstar role, being 2 games away from winning the championship and really embracing that challenge now?
My biggest thing with Jay is just his mentality. Once he got the instinct that he's the best player on the floor every single night, that he's the best player in the league, I think that's the Jay we're starting to see this year. that's the step. Like he's it's not even his game. His game is the same. His game is always gonna be what it is. He's up here saying nobody out here can stop me. Nobody's better than me, and he's channeling that every single night, and that's all he's been missing, is that, and nobody else can give that to him. Like he got to decide that for himself. Okay, no, this is me, this is my league, and I got to take it over because it ain't just gonna be handed to you. Yeah. There's some young, hungry cats out here that's.
People don't understand that when you get to a certain level, it's just the mindset. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, it's like when someone says, "Oh my God, what changed in his game mentality?" Now he actually, there's something that happened on the court, something happened that he now believes he's unstoppable, mm-hmm. and now he's going into the game actually thinking he's unstoppable, and this is the results of it. I remember that when you got snubbed, mm-hmm. you got snubbed, and then you went on demon time. And I said that snub right there changed the year. that snub right there changed who you were mentally, because now you're fighting with a whole different mentality. This is beast mode.
It was that joint turned me up. I'm not gonna lie to you, because you don't work for accolades, but you want to be appreciated. Mm-hmm. And then when they don't come, when you feel like they should naturally be given to you, you be like, okay, y'all really playing with me now. Like y'all really playing with me. And then to go on the run I went on that second half of the year, like you said, it was like, I really went into that summer and I asked my trainer, I asked Drew Handler, I said, you think I can average 30 in the league? Mm-hmm. No bullshit. I remember this like it was yesterday. We had the conversation. So do you think I can average 30? Looked at my numbers, he was like, I don't see why not. Just a few more shots, free throw line,
Mm-hmm.
Then I cracked the code, I said 30, 40, 30, 40, 30, 30. I said, I can do this. Yeah. I can do this. And it was, what helped me is that second half of the year, I didn't have John. So I got to play a little bit more free, a little bit more space. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I started getting double teamed. I started facing stuff I've never seen before. And so that was another challenge for me. It's like, oh, okay, like this is a new game.
Yeah, it's a new game.
They ain't finna just let you go out here and just go get it, right? And so that was another step up in the game, is okay, you can do this on a nightly, but it ain't gonna be easy, mm-hmm. you know? So what are your ways of manipulating the game, right? To where the defense has to adjust to you, mm-hmm. right? Be a game changer in that way. And once I figured it out, it was curtains. It's curtains.
Once you crack the code, it's easy.
Once you crack the code, is I don't want to say it's easy, disrespectfully, but it's easy. It really is. It really is.
When they used to double, because, you know, we all hate doubles, right? Oh, I just talked to the player who's guarding me. Dang, you that weak? Were you double? All right. I don't even know why they pay you then if you need a double to play defense. Do one of that. They be calling off the, I don't need a double. All right.
Mix them.
I use it all the time. Oh, this man need a double, man. Oh, you weak. I don't even know why you in the NBA. You need double teams now. I say, listen, I'll say whatever I got to say to get out of a double team.
Oh my God! I would use that one. I need that.
Because you know it's all about ego, man. Yeah, you mess with 100%. A man's ego. Oh, you need a double? That's what you like.
That's good.
I don't need a double to guard you.
So we were talking earlier, Gil. You talking about the more of a wrist shooter. You know, you talking about your form. I just want to know how integral was your mom? And you know, I've seen the stories about her getting you on the mini hoop at a young. But just how hard was she on you, even at a young age, just to get you right and get you to where you needed to be?
Man, if I show you my phone right now, she'd probably cuss me out. I was 5 for 9 last night, but she mad about something.
She mad about the 4 you missed?
Yeah, like, you know, so she always taught me at a young age, man, having my mechanics and perfecting it every single day. Brad, when you're not doing it, somebody else doing it. Mm-hmm. Like, that was pounded into my heart every single day, right? Like having that drill sergeant mentality of my mom, like that. She is the best coach I've had. Like she literally put the ball in my hand, teaches me how to shoot, hand placement, all that still to this day. And to have that accountability from her, you don't understand it when you're young. Mm-hmm. But as I got older, I said, you knew, right? Mm-hmm. She knew. But all the credit go to her, man, and I still have the same routine, same mechanics to this day. But yeah, she's still on my ass about it. That's
Is she a good shooter? I mean, or she just...
can shoot it. See, that's the other thing, right? So you be questioning your fam and who teach you.
That's what I'm
doing. You talking all this noise, was you nice like that? Like, but she can shoot. She can shoot.
Come on, let me see your shoot.
Yeah, she
That's like,
barely get it up there, but nah, she knew everything, man. She studied everybody. Kobe, Mike, footwork, like that was. She would sit me down and watch this.
I was gonna say, like everybody got, that's like
what your jump shot. It's Ray Allen.
It was Ray Allen. She look how big his calves are.
Yeah.
So she made me do. I'm running hills. I'm calf raises, everything, just like Ray Allen. Like that was who she wanted me to be.
That's what jump reminds me of Ray's.
That's who she wanted me to be.
So
Courtney Alexander. You remember him?
Yeah.
Bucket getter. I was gonna say, but like sometimes, it's like getting financial advice from a broke person or something. Like, you ain't good with your money. Why I'm gonna listen? Why I'm gonna get some advice?
I want to listen. What you say?
Oh, you me for the other end. Like they say, do this, I'm gonna do that because so I had to know. I had to know for sure. But you're a self-described nerd geek. I've heard you throw that term around. And how much was that just kind of your parents being on you and making sure you obviously got the basketball side, but the academic side as well?
Well, my mom was a school teacher for one, so that's where that
My mom is too, so I already know.
So that's where that came from. If you ain't just going to school, if you don't get good grades, I'm talking B's, no lower than a B, she's not entertaining sports at all, right? And so that was always at the forefront of the household. I have 4 brothers, 5 boys in total, and so you can imagine what the household is like, 2 older, 2 younger. So for me, it was easy to kind of gravitate into what my life would be. All 4 of my brothers, big linemen, play football. They're all big as hell, right? And so, granted, football is like in our blood. I love football still to this day. Like that's probably my favorite sport. My mom and I had an agreement my freshman year. So my 2 older brothers went to college to play football. Yeah. She says, whoever recruits you first, that's what we stand with. So I said, all right. I'm playing football my freshman year. Season ends. Go to team camp at KU. I averaged 25 as a freshman. Coach, just throw me on varsity, just throw me in the fire. Averaged 25 a game. I get home, Bill Self called me, yeah, I'm offering you a scholarship. I almost committed on the spot. I'm like, damn, this Bill Self, I'm about to go. 4 hours away from the crib. And my mom told me right there, nope, that's it. Football done. You forget about that. Oh, football, a dream, them dreams is over with. So she was geeked because this was her chance of getting one of her babies to pursue what she wanted. Right? She was a basketball person. My dad was a football. So once she did that, it was constant gym work. I still remember to this day, I had 35 in the high school game. I felt like I played one of the best games I ever played. She took my ass right to the gym after that game. Said, nah, I wasn't good enough. And I was like, damn, that's 35, 5, and 8, that ain't good enough. She said, no. You missed such and such free throws, 3 layups, ain't good enough. I said, okay. Then I realized my sophomore, junior year what she was doing. And I said, okay, yeah, like this is what I need to be doing. This is what I need to be doing.
Shit, it got you National Player of the Year, so.
And keeps you from complacent.
It got me places. One, it kept me from being complacent. And it got me to achieve and reach goals that I never thought I could reach and accomplish. Being a kid from St. Louis. Everybody's from a hood, everybody's from some neck of the woods. You don't think you're gonna make it out the way you think you're gonna make it out until you really see it happening like in front of you. But to be told that at a young age when you can't see it, like you can't see it, like it's like, damn, okay, well, I believe moms, but then when you start hearing it from other people, like, damn, like, yo, you really got a chance, like you can do it. Like it like goes all the way back full circle to her. It's like, damn, like I appreciate everything you've done, you believed in me. And it motivates me to just continue to do the same for my young ones. Like, shit, Mom, take them.
Get
Show them.
them on the hoop. Get them on the mini hoop.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Build two more. Build two more.
More to come. Yeah. So she get all the credit for sure.
So now you've done everything you've done in the game, but you're giving back now with your AAU program, Bradley Beal Elite. You know, there's been several clips that we've seen go viral of you trying to, really getting these kids asked, inspire them, give them some game. But I want to ask, do you feel like they're understanding the game that you're trying to give them? Because, you got guys now who are, future lottery picks, guys that already have played that level playing in the league now. Are they really listening when you're telling them that stuff?
They are listening, and I think it's a beauty, but it's a frustrating thing because I have a staff in place for you guys to listen to. But they only listen when I come around or like when you come around, you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be that way because you're going to have a coach, you're going to have whoever that's going to demand a role for you to play, and you have to be a star in that, right? And so my biggest thing is just getting kids to understand, one, you're playing on the best circuit in high school basketball, right? You're playing against some of the top talent every single weekend. Everything is paid for you. There are kids who are just dreaming of being in your position. So like, don't shit on that. Don't shit on your opportunity of just being here. I said, take it a step further, you have an opportunity to showcase your talents and what you can do in front of Bill Self, Coach K, everybody, down the line, right? And so to have that exposure, I had that at a young age to where I played in the same organization. But when I got older, I never had, like Larry wasn't coming back around. Like I didn't have pros coming back to our organization giving us advice or sharing, what we should do or how it's like to be a pro, because you can go pro now out of high school. So for me, it's getting kids to understand, like, this ain't no game. Like, this is your life, this is your career, and it's only gonna take you where you take it. Nobody else is in control, your mom, dad, nobody else is in control of it but you, right? And your approach to this is everything. They can want it, your coach can want it, I can want it for you. But if you don't have that drive to say, nah, I don't care what he ranked, I'm on his ass. I don't give a damn, I'm ready to go. Like, if you don't have that mentality on a weekly basis in this little EYBL, you're gonna get left behind. You will get left behind. Like, I remember my group, my senior year, we were the first EYBL class. Me, Anthony Davis, Mike Gilchrist, Austin Rivers. The class is loaded. So every week, you better lace them up or you're gonna get embarrassed. That's the difference between you getting a scholarship and you not. That's the difference between you having school paid for and not having it paid for. And so I just try to get kids to understand that, like, this is a great opportunity for y'all to have school and your parents not have to pay for your school. And I'm letting you know it's possible to be where I'm at.
It feels like, one of the BBE alum that probably took that to heart and actually listened is Darius Garland. So what does it mean for you to see Darius Garland in the league now, doing what he's doing, dropping 50 pieces?
It made me feel old as hell.
Making Cleveland respectable again.
It made me feel old. Like Jordan Goodwin. I coached Jordan Goodwin, who was on our team. I've been knowing Jordan since he was 14 years old.
Yeah.
And he our backup point guard. Jayson, same thing. I coached Jayson. Now he's an MVP candidate. But Darius, that dude been special, man, for a long time. And I've always seen it, and it's crazy because people always like, you biased, you just biased. I said, okay. I said, he one of the shiftiest players you gonna ever see in your life. And to see where his game is at, all-star, leading his team, max player, I didn't see any of that. Yeah. He did that. That's him. And so I'm proud of him for that because he took, all I can do is show you. I can't do it for you. He took it and ran with it. And I'm proud of him for that because he is killing it.
Yeah, like you mentioned now, but now you got to see these dudes now. These dudes who are young, but now they in the league, they max dudes.
I still got to put it on.
Yeah, you still got to. Do you take that more like, I got to still put him in his place, let him know what it is?
I can't give these speeches and then come out. You know what I'm saying? I can y'all bust my ass. No, I can't. No.
I had to do that to Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know how you come into the draft, right? You know how the rookies are coming in. And I was in DC, it's the summer, I'm relaxing a little bit, not really doing nothing hard. And then his trainer, Edon, was like, yo, I got a draftee that's coming in, Chris Paul, he's going to be a top 5. You want to work out with him. He wants to see how guards are in the NBA. I was like, all right, cool, right? All right. Seen him, little guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, no, we're going to run it again. We're going to run it again. We're going to run it again. When I left, I said, yo, when we get to the season, you let him know, it's over. It's over for him. Like, I wasn't ready today. It's over for him. Soon as, flat. Because I didn't want that confidence. I didn't want that confidence to come into the season. Now there's one guy who really say, it's over for him. And as soon as the game, like I circled, all right, 40, 37. Like I was not. That's the one guy that when I went into a game, it was because he had something over me. He had that summer coming into the draft, he had it over me, and I needed to take his confidence away early. Yeah. Like that was the most like.
You had to set the time.
It was a whole different game. I was like playing like he was like playing Michael Jordan. Like, God, he because if I miss shots, anything, I didn't want that to fuel him into a whole nother person over me. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. Chris, bro, you getting this work, brother. You getting this work.
Get it.
Like if you hear him talking, it's like, who's your hardest guard? He go like Gilbert. Like, come on, man. Posted. I don't care if it was triple teams, quadruple teams, I'm shooting. I was not gonna let what happened in that summer, that little speech I was trying to give him. Yeah, the NBA, the guards, and he's sitting there like, this nigga weak. I just busted him up. This is all started. Just busted him up like, he hurt my feelings that day. Because of that, I was never out of shape. The second person that happened to was the other, like last summer, Kyrie. So my daughter's like, oh yeah, Kyrie's training us, him and Phil. I was like, let me go show up, right? Kyrie's training, boom, boom, boom. Like, all right, what's up, Kai? Right? He's over there getting shots up. Boom, boom, boom. Like, okay. Hey, old timer. Hey, let's have a shootout. Me? Like, yeah, 3-point shootout. They say you're one of the best. Let's have a shootout. I was like, I bet. I said, how many shots I get warm up? He was like, none. Oh, I was like, I get no. He just had a full work. I can see. And he was like, nah. Can't get ready. You should be ready. And I'm like, all right. So you know how you try to warm it up a little bit. He beat me by 2, and then I was like, all right, wait, come back tomorrow then. He was like, no, I don't need to now. I don't need to now. I'm good.
You didn't get a rematch?
No.
So you got to get the rematch.
Listen, before I came here, I was like, one of them young niggas gonna try to try me. I took 1,000 shots before I took 1,000 shots just in case. Just in case. I was gonna stay ready.
Keep that clip loaded.
Man, listen.
Just in case.
Locked and loaded.
They'll try you, boy. Anybody will try to get that confidence up.
Yeah.
Got a couple more for you. So, Victor Wembanyama has been all the rage. Everybody's just geeking over him, saying he's one of the most coveted NBA prospects since Bron, Kareem, kind of on that level. Have you got a chance to see him play at all, and what are your thoughts on his game and how it's going to translate to the NBA?
I watched it a little bit. He got game. I want to see him in the post a little bit more. But his touch, his ability to shoot, his feel for the game, it's just natural, man. And his size is, can't teach size, obviously. That's the Giannis's of the world. Like, them dudes ain't nothing you can do with that, man. That's like Chet when he's healthy. That's like type protege Big Vic can be. And the sky's the limit, man. Obviously, I want these guys to get a little stronger, but to be that size and skilled, put the ball on the floor, be a mismatch problem, he gonna shock the league, but people gonna attack him too. You know how the league works.
He looks like kind of like a young Giannis in terms of body build when Giannis first came in the league. But if he can put that work in, because that's what I worry about. You see the moves now, but
Giannis went from
but you come in the league,
little boy, man, and
just if he can do that, then it's over.
It's still about who the player is. Like you can project where a player's gonna be. You can do all this to him, but they're gonna have to put that work in because when you get to the NBA, it's about you. It's you now. It's you, your staff, and your willingness to get better. You know, you can be the #1 pick, and they have this high hopes for you, and
That's real.
you just don't pan out. You just don't pan out.
So, I mean, it feels like in the league now, you know, we're seeing a changing of the guard. You know, you got Steph in year 14, Bron in year 20. Kind of some of these people used to be the faces of the league are getting replaced by the younger guys. So I want to know, in your opinion, who do you feel like is going to be the face of the NBA in the next 5 to 7 years?
Ooh, I'm biased. I always say Jayson.
Okay.
I always say Jayson.
He's only 24 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so about 29, I mean, it's scary to think about where he's going to be in 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many talented guys. You got Luka. He's not fair. He's unfair. Ja's explosive, exciting, fan favorite.
You think they wrote off Zion already? When it comes to like the face that knew.
I don't know, man. Well, every time I watch his ass, man, he be dominating the game.
It's
It's
just gonna be
tough because I want him to. I wish his size was. I wish he was a little smaller, weight-wise. But his explosion is God.
You know, they killed me. They killed me
God.
for a take when I said, when did the NBA like think weight was like? That sounds good. You know, I was like, 6'6", 6'7", 295, 280. That sounds good until you get into the NBA, because in the NBA, you trying to be mobile.
Right.
So I said, I would want him to be like a 3-man, about 245, 250. Coming downhill, he's unguardable.
Yeah.
Coming downhill,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take off 40. I know it's going to be hard, but take off 40 pounds, you're a whole different player.
Yeah.
Do you think he loses some of that beast? I mean, for him, it feels like that beastliness, though, in that way. You got a big D&D tackle coming at you.
That's what it's like.
But what I'm saying, still at 250, you're still strong as hell. But you got to remember, he's going to be jumping faster and stronger, lighter.
Lighter, yeah.
That's
So
real.
so he's think about look at in high school.
Yeah.
You got to remember, he jumped higher in high school.
Yeah.
Look at him in Duke. He jumped higher in Duke.
Sick.
Get that weight. The beginning of the Duke when he was
Yeah.
blocking people, like get that weight down and you're a whole different.
I mean, he's still exploding shoes, though. Even them shoes was still not handling that.
That's the thing. Is like looking at him now, but I'm really going to pay attention to him next season. Like this season, I already missed last year.
Right, give him a year.
Let him. And then, next season, I want to see if he drops another 15, 20 pounds, because then he's going to be scary.
Yeah. Cause he get paint points. You ain't nothing you can do. Like he, he want to get in the paint, and he eating up the space. It's crazy.
Got 2 more questions for you, man. We really appreciate you. So when you look back on your career, who is that guy that you play against that brings the best out of you? Like, you circle it on the schedule. Like, I'm gonna have to work for this 30. It's not just gonna be an easy light 30. It's gonna be some work put in for this one.
Oh, that's tough. Because I always, the scorer side of me always say, he gonna laugh. Nobody makes me miss. Like,
Okay.
I miss because I miss.
Okay.
Like, so, but dudes do make it challenging. So I always say Marcus, because I've played Marcus Smart so many times in my career. It's always a constant battle with him. I never got Tony Allen in Memphis.
Oh, you never got Tony?
I never got Tony. But
It's same. They're the same. It's like principle. So they do a lot of guessing. Like Tony is a guess guy, right? Where he's trying to so he watches all your moves. So like the normal defense, what you would see, like, all right, I took a shot, he challenges, stuff like that. Like you'll go by him, he'll come from behind,
Man.
and make you like you sitting like wait, so he makes you change your shot because he just played like you'll blow by him, do a step back, and he just jump backwards like that, and it's just all this awkward defense that made him good, and he just always kept coming.
I always say Boston defenders, man, because they, like Avery Bradley, we talked about this yesterday. It's funny you asked that. Avery Bradley, when we first got in the league, was one of the craziest defenders I ever seen.
Yeah.
Where are you going? I wish he would cross this ball over. 94 feet too.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you get off the bus, I'm guarding you. Like that's how Avery Bradley was.
Yeah, that was my Tony.
I would say him, Marcus. I I don't get it too.
Ain't too many other J's.
It's like the players that people would think, like, how about Clay? You're like, nah, he doesn't bother me. He doesn't bother my. When Bruce Bowen, like, it was Bruce Bowen, but Larry was a different. That don't bother me.
They're good defenders. I don't take nothing away from them, but I feel like I can just really score this thing. You can make it tough, that's cool, but I'm gonna make a tough jumper, tough bucket.
So last one for you. When you were young, you and your dad had a slogan, "Hungry for more."
Mm-hmm.
That's what y'all used to say to each other all the time. So I want to know now, what are you hungry for?
To win a championship, win. That's what I'm hungry for. I feel like I've accomplished a lot. I've shown I can score. I've shown I can be an all-star, all-NBA. I feel like I got snubbed so many times that they don't even interest me anymore.
I mean, it feels more like a popularity contest.
So many times, they ain't even exciting no more.
Who's more popular, you know what I mean? Because you look at the numbers, and this is something that we deal with all the time with talking to fans and shit. It's like, you're not going to get Bradley Beal's love. Like, I can't really have a conversation with you.
Yeah. So it's win, man. And show that I can win and be a winner. And I know that's not easy and that's kind of vague, but win, man. It's a simple recipe. It's simple, man.
Well, Bradley, we appreciate you taking the time, man. We know you, middle of the season, you really gave us this opportunity to come pull up on you and do this, so we're super thankful for you. This has been
Man, your little man's back there quiet.
They are quiet.
Mine would have been all in the video, like, hey, y'all.
This is the first time ever. They ain't never been this quiet.
His two sons, and y'all can't see, they behind there on the iPads. They ain't made no noise whatsoever this whole time. That's real. They looking fresh in the J's, too. They matching outfits, but it's been another episode of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. We'll be back with more very soon.